When Taylor Swift and Rihanna are spoken about together, it's usually in competition. It's when the media is trying to compare them in their chart position or their wealth or even the number of awards that they have won. I absolutely love pop culture, and because of that, I have found an astrological thread that I am so intrigued to share with you. If you don't know me, I am Jodine Sher of Lifeology. I do all things self awareness, and I use the tools of astrology, numerology, and tarot, which I've been using for well over 30 years, to help you sift through all the noise that is out there to truly understand the depth of who you are. Not to be told who you are by the gurus or by so many charlatans that are out there just making up a real lot of stuff that is distracting you from getting to the depth of who you are. And every single time anything happens in pop culture and across music and entertainment and theatre and all those kind of things, I'm always so intrigued by the personality behind these different characters that entertain us. And my attention was sparked by a really beautiful interview that I was listening with Rihanna, and how she was talking about her rise after a really terrible and humiliating time that she had had. I was like, that reminds me of someone else. And I wanted to compare the charts of Taylor Swift and Rihanna. I knew exactly what I was looking for. I knew that I was looking for what was happening with their Scorpio. I wanted to know where Scorpio was. The reason why I wanted to do that is because Scorpio is the place in our lives where it can come from wounds or darkness or hurt that transformation can happen. And Scorpio is not afraid to dig into the depth of all of those feelings to emerge into something else. Scorpio is the ruler of Pluto, and Pluto is the very planet of transformation and the planet of digging deep in order to let go of what no longer serves you and rebirth. And of course, Taylor and Rihanna both have Pluto in Scorpio within their birth charts. So a bit of the background story is that another connection, which is so beautifully aligned into numerology, is that both of their transformations were sparked in 2009. Rihanna first, this was when she needed to cancel going to the Grammys, and it came out that she had been assaulted by her then boyfriend, Chris Brown. But the more humiliating public hurt and just absolute humiliation was when two LAPD officers actually leaked pictures to TMZ, and those pictures were posted out about Rihanna. A good few months later, Taylor Swift, a really young Taylor Swift, was standing on the stage of the MTV Music Awards, and she was collecting an award for her song You Belong With Me. Kanye West climbed up onto the stage and he took the microphone from her and he declared that Beyonce should have won this instead. These two women both could have crumbled underneath what had happened to them. Rihanna did something much sooner than Taylor. She actually did something within the same year. Within 8 months, she put her head down. She worked on her worth. She let that Scorpio in Pluto energy build up within her, and she then launched herself or relaunched herself into the world with Rated R. And that album had a totally different tone. The theme was so much more direct, and the sound, it had this like unflinching honesty, and it signaled that she was no longer interested in being defined as the sweet, innocent R&B singer. She had absolutely emerged. Taylor took a bit longer. She also had to go through a few more things. Kanye West was not done with her, and neither later on down the line was Kim Kardashian, where that whole wound was reopened, and Kanye released a song in private phone conversations, and things had been twisted and rigged and all those different kind of things. But there was then a lot of public humiliation that came with that. Taylor then went away, and she also stepped into that Pluto power and that Scorpio transformation, and she then launched Reputation and literally said that there will be no explanation, there will purely be reputation. And both of those women have held on to that. And that's the big thing about Pluto in Scorpio, is that it is something that is not a short window of time. Once that transformation happens, it has changed forever. They will never ever be the same. They are forever changed. The astrological layer that deepened this connection between Rihanna and Taylor, it really shows that there was deep emotional excavation that they went through, and they let go of the people who they used to be, and they stepped into the power of the people that they are through trauma and through darkness and through betrayal and through hurt. And if we just look around us, we can see that there are so many people who would crumble underneath that. But it can really and truly be the motivation and the energy that allows someone with this placement to step wholeheartedly into your power. Now, not everyone has the same placement, but every single person will have Pluto somewhere in their birth chart and will have Scorpio somewhere in your birth chart. It is sitting there. And if you understand where that placement is, then you have the power to understand what transformation looks like to you, and what stepping into your power looks like, and how you have the ability to look into what is perceived as so much trauma or so much betrayal, so much darkness, and how you can actually find the wisdom through that and pull yourself into a greater version of yourself. And the journey that Rihanna and Taylor Swift have been through are perfect examples of what it means to grab onto the momentum of wounding and to choose self-worth over being broken and being destroyed. Every single one of us absolutely has the power to do that, and every single one of us has our own story. So if you do not know where Pluto is in your chart, or if you do not know where Scorpio is in your chart, or if you've been through any kind of hurt, betrayal, and you are trying to understand how you are supposed to evolve from it and how you are supposed to dig into the depth of who you are and find your self-worth, it is sitting in your birth chart, and all that you need to do is reach out to me. I've attached the link. If you do not want to book straight away a personality blueprint, then you can also spend half an hour with me, which is just an exploration to understand exactly what I do. You can also explore the website and see all the other ways that we can work together and we can connect, because what I do is serving for both you and for me. It makes me feel most purposeful. It's what I'm here for. It's written all over my personality blueprint. And it is also to give you the tools to empower yourself, that no matter what is happening in your life, your self-worth is always rooted, and you always discover the most authentic version of yourself, so that nothing and no one can take you down.